mentorship program that we do. We teach French. So in case you're looking to learn French or develop your French, and also we do interpretation for companies and translation also of documents and stuff like that. I'm very happy to be among you guys tonight because I've been learning a lot even from the entrepreneurship program that Chris Beth is running. So thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And I see Casada, you're here.
I am here.
Nothing to share tonight. We have new persons joining, and I'm sure they'd love to know who is in the space with us.
Okay, I am Casada. I am currently in Eastern Ontario. I think I'm the odd one in the bunch, um, in terms of location. But we're here in Belleville, doing our Caribbean takeout restaurant. My husband is the brain behind the business, and I help him with it. I I'm happy to be here and seeing so many new faces showing up. It's always fun to be here on a Thursday. We always learn something new, and I'm looking forward to today's content.
Awesome. That's a great testimony. We have it recorded. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciate. Okay, Ryan, do you want to go next or we still?
Yes, sounds good. Thank you, Charmaine. And thank you to those that have joined us this evening. I always get excited when we're able to do walkthroughs of grants because when they're open and active, and people send me a lot of messages saying, like, do you know any grants and what's happening? And then I can say, yes, this one is open. Make sure you don't miss it. And of course, we always love to do info sessions and walkthroughs. So today's going to have two parts to it. We are going to do a walkthrough of what this grant is, a bit of the history, the application guidelines, and then we're going to see how far we can get with the actual portal. So we're going to go into the portal. I'm going to show you how I typically attack grants and get ChatGPT to help me at least create the first draft and save it into a Google Doc. And then I finesse it up before I submit. So you're going to be with me on this ride. So at any moment, if you need to hop off and enjoy your evening, please do so. But if you want to look over my shoulder as we dig into this thing and ask questions, feel free. So let me share my screen. And so for those that do not know what grants I'm even talking about, let me put this into the chat so that you can follow along. Where is the chat? Right. So we are talking about the Foundation for Black Communities big grant, the BIG grant, which is the Black Ideas Grant 3.0. So this is the third iteration of it. One thing that is good that I heard in one of their info sessions is if you did apply and get it before, you can't apply again. So for those that might have gotten it already, spoiler alert, you're not able to apply and get it. Same with ACBN, we've gotten it before, so we're not going to be able to apply and get it. But if you haven't, that reduces a bit of the competitiveness, or because usually a lot of people apply, but those that got it won't reapply. So you'll be able to, yeah, make sure and keep applying. I feel like this is something they're doing every year. So far, it's been once a year that they do the call. So don't get discouraged. At least they did put in a mechanism now. So if you applied last time and didn't get it, you can actually continue from where you left off. So all of your answers will be saved. And I'll show that as we talk about it as well. But a quick overview. So what is the Black Ideas Grant? So it was an initiative started by the Foundation for Black Communities, who received a $200 million endowment from the federal government. So that endowment gets invested, and then the interest that's earned from those investments create the granting pool. So I'm not sure if it shows how much. So this one, this round's $8 million going to Black B3 organizations. So Black mandated, Black led, and Black serving. So I think last year was 9 million and the year before 9 or 10 million. So every year they have about $8 to $10 million to grant out. And so community organizations and grassroots organizations, they're able to apply for this grant. And they do have 3 different tiers. So you'll see the eligibility. You must be, they call it B3, Black mandated, Black serving, Black led and Black serving. You do need to be a registered charity, an incorporated nonprofit, or you can be an unincorporated nonprofit or a group working with an incorporated partner. So for those that might be running a business, you need to pay attention to how to structure your application, because your business itself, a for-profit business, cannot apply. But if you are doing work in the community, you'd be able to apply as an unincorporated group and work with an incorporated partner. And that's what ACBN has done in the past to support community groups by being your trustee. So if you're a for-profit and not a nonprofit, stick with me. There is ways to still apply so that the great work that you do in the community can now get funded. It wouldn't be directly funding your business. It would be funding the community work that you do. And the example that I'm going to show you is going to walk through that. So if you have questions along the way, definitely support or ask away. If you are a nonprofit, you are fine. If you're a charity or an incorporated nonprofit, you're able to apply direct, and you don't need an incorporated partner or a trustee. Now, it does talk about they want you to address at least one of their focus areas, so we'll touch on that when we go through the guide. And you do need to be based in Canada, and that needs to, your project has to be completed by March 31st, 2027. And so it just reiterates again, if you can apply as an unincorporated organization or group in partnership with an incorporated organization. That organization does need to be B3 as well. So if you're looking for a partner, ACBN, we actually have, where is, oh, I put the form, oh, here it is. So I'll put this into the chat. If you wanted to fill out the form to have a trustee be your incorporated partner for ACBN, we do have a form that you're able to fill out, and we can support you with that. And we'll dig more into that later, but for now, we'll continue. So they do have 3 different tiers. So they have a core stream that's up to 30,000 in support. That's typically for operational needs. So it's unrelated to programming. So if you are already operating and you need additional support, you'd like staffing or support in that area, you'd be able to get up to 30,000. The catapult stream, you're able to get up to 80,000, and that helps you start a new or expand an existing program or a service that you have. And then they have the community spaces stream where you can go, it goes up to 200,000, and that is for capital projects and social infrastructure. So we're gonna, as we go through the guide, we'll dig a bit deeper into all 3. So you will see the applications opened on October the 1st. Now they're going till November the 5th at 12 p.m. PST, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. So keep that in mind. It's in the middle of the day that it's due, which is odd. I think last time it was midnight. But yeah, and the portal to actually apply is here. So I'll put this into the chat as well so that you have the link to the portal. And so after we do the walkthrough of the application guide, we're gonna do the walkthrough of the portal so you get an example of what it looks like. All right, so they did have a few info sessions. Those are actually still on their website. So I'll put the link to this website here. These info sessions are still live. So if you did want to review them, by all means, it's there for you. And you can do oral submissions. You can book one-on-one calls if you have questions. Those are open until October 31st. And let's dig in. So Big Ideas 3.0. So let me go through the application guide, and then I'll pause and take questions before we jump to the portal. But again, this will be more of a deeper dive into, and I'll actually give you the link to this document. So all the information about this grant I put into this folder. So this way, if you need to reference anything, it's kind of right here. And then the draft that we're going to work on together is going to be in here as well. So this will be our FFBC grant application notes. So the grant notes that we're going to be doing today will be also in this link. So you'll be able to see it as it evolves, and you can use it as a template if it's helpful. I'll go back to this grant. So yes, talking through a bit of the history of the Foundation for Black Communities. Started in 2020. As I mentioned, they got the endowment from the federal government and are now able to grant to the communities. The Big Idea grant is the third iteration. So those that got it before are not able to apply again. I'm confident it still will be competitive. There will be a good amount of applications coming in, but as people get funded, those that did not get funded have a better chance the next time around. So definitely do not, do not lose hope. I would say continue to apply each year, and also follow up. Like if you don't get approved this time around, definitely send them a note, see if they can give you some feedback, or you can share it with our team. We can support and give feedback as well. All right, so for eligibility, we did mention it does need to be a Black-led organization. Does need to be Black mandated. So it says that organizations permanently and primarily serve Black communities and addressing their issues relevant to Black people. And then it does need to be Black serving. So the organization's services, supports, and resources are designed and dedicated to support Black communities. So pretty straightforward. If you did have questions about what B3 means and needed a bit more clarity on these, I would say send them an email and ask a question about your specific situation and see if they can give some clarity. But I would say the main area that I get the most questions about is if I'm not a nonprofit, can I apply? So to apply, you do need to be either a registered charity, incorporated nonprofit, but you can be an unincorporated nonprofit or an unincorporated group. So if you're unincorporated, you do need to work with an incorporated partner. So as I mentioned, I put the link into the chat. If you needed an incorporated partner and ACBN can support with you, you can fill out our application and then we will support you in your application for the big grant to be your incorporated partner. All right, so now it does talk about eligible initiatives. So when completing your application, again, you have the opportunity to share your proposed initiative. So it does need to address one of their 3 focus areas. So either combating anti-Black racism, improving social outcomes, and or improving economic outcomes. You do need to address one or more of the sustainable development goals. So if you're not familiar with the sustainable development goals, these are the 17 goals that were identified by the United Nations. So it does say just at least one. So if any of these your project does touch on, you'd be good to go. Oh, wait. And then let's see. So it does need to be a project that can be completed by March 31st, 2026. So it probably looks like funding would happen, I guess, projects from April to March. That would be a fiscal year. It might show the timelines of when applications come in and decisions are made, but that seems like a long time. So funds might flow before that, but I think your project should start April 2026 to 2027. Yeah. All right. So let's see. All right. So just again, reiterating, if you are not a nonprofit, and even if you run a for-profit, you can still have an initiative for this grant. You would be considered an unincorporated group, and the community project that you want to do is what you would be submitting. So you can't submit as your business to do a project with your business. It has to be a community project, and you would be an unincorporated group that is putting it forward. And again, if you have additional questions, feel free to email them. I'll put this link into the chat so you have it on hand. That's the main email for their organization. All right. So it does show who is ineligible. So organizations that are not Black mandated, Black led, or Black serving. If you're a for-profit organization or corporation, if you are an individual, if you are a business institution, like a business association or a chamber of commerce or a condominium association, if you're a provincial entity like a hospital or a medical center or school, etc., if you're a municipality, or if you're supporting specific political parties, and certain activities that are also ineligible. So you can't use the grant to finance deficits. So if you're budgeting for the year and you're going to have a shortfall, you wouldn't be able to use the grant to just balance the books. You can't purchase alcohol or cannabis. Can't use it for political activities that supports or opposes a certain party. Can't be religious or include a requirement to participate in any dimensions of faith. You can't do capital renovations or repairs of a premises used for the purpose of religious observance. So I guess if it's renovating a church, that might not be eligible. You can't use it for general fundraising drives or capital campaigns. Also, activities, programs, and services which do not provide a benefit to Black communities in Canada. Yeah, that is good. The activities, programs, services carried out outside of Canada. So if something you're working on is actually taking place outside of Canada, that does not fit. And activities completed before the start date. So as we go through, we'll see if they specify when your project does need to start. But I do know Big 2.0 ends March 2026. So I would assume 3.0, they would want your project to start April 1st and beyond to March 2027. But we'll check if they outline that specifically. Now, the funding streams is probably the most important area to see what type of initiative you're doing and where it actually fits into the funding streams that they have. So they do have three, as we mentioned. So the core stream up to 30,000, and it does help with operational needs. The catapult stream up to 80,000, it does focus on existing programs or new programs, and community spaces up to 200,000 to invest in capital projects and social infrastructure. So let's see, the core stream aims to achieve the following objectives: enhance organizational capacity and operational efficiency, support long-term sustainability of Black-led, strengthen organizational capacity, and enable organizations to better achieve their missions. Interesting. Okay, so you should be in good standing with the CRA. You need to be B3. So demonstrate a clear need for capacity building or operational support. So eligible organizations can apply for up to 30,000 to address core funding needs. So here are some examples of eligible expenses. You can use the money for communications improvements. You can use it for financial management systems or training, fundraising capacity development. So maybe that's if you're bringing in somebody to help with developing a fund development program. You could get office furniture and equipment. You can help with your governance. You can bring in professional development, or you can do professional development. It can cover rent and utilities. It can help with your strategic planning. It can help with technology, and then other capacity building activities. So really, if you're going for core and you're not sure if your initiative fits into what they say you could do, I would send them an email or call them or book a one-on-one to get clarity. So it does say specifically ineligible, the program delivery costs, capital expenses, so buying a building or major renovations, debt retirement or deficit funding, expenses that are before the grant was approved, or political activities. So that's pretty straightforward. Here's some examples. An organization needs to hire an executive director to oversee the day-to-day options. So that's interesting because now if you are running a nonprofit and you're pretty much volunteering your time, this would allow you to then look for an executive director, which might be yourself, so that you could actually get paid or bring in team members to help work with you and not only rely on volunteers. This one says a group of Black youth applies for funding to hire a consultant to help develop their governance structure. Charitable organization requests funds to buy new office furniture, or a B3 organization purchases information technology and hardware equipment. So pretty straightforward if you're using it to buy specific things for the organization, not for a program itself. The core stream would be a good stream for you. Now the catapult stream, where it goes up to 80,000, this one is for new ideas and approaches. So organizations that are building or launching new programs, projects, or services. And if you're testing new approaches or exploring and experimenting, you may apply for this grant. And also if you're expanding a program or service. So if you're an organization or group that plans to grow or sustain your existing program, your project or service, you may apply for this grant as well. So if it's a specific program that you want to start new, or you're already running and you need some funding support for it, the catapult stream would be the best one, and it can go up to 80,000. So similar eligible applicants, eligible expenses. So you can, yep, use it for staff salaries that are working on the program. You can get program materials and supplies if you need equipment, rent and utilities. Let's see, if you want to do marketing and outreach for the program, professional development related to the program, evaluation and reporting of the program, travel costs that might be directly related to the program, and administrative costs for the program. Now for the stream, the capital, oh my gosh, for the catapult, right? Yes, for the catapult stream, things that would be ineligible. So same capital expenses like building purchase and major renovations, debt retirement, expenses incurred before you're approved, political initiatives that don't benefit the Black community, and costs covered by another funding source. So if you already have a grant that covers that program, then you can't get this grant to also cover the program. I think they call it stacking. So you wouldn't be able to do that if you already have grant funding for a specific program. You shouldn't apply for that program for this, unless it's specific that it's going to be expanded in a specific way that the current funding doesn't cover. I would book a call with them to get clarity if that's what you're going to do. So they have some examples. A charity plans to buy a fridge for a new cooking club. I think the fact that they're creating a cooking club is the main reason they could get this. If they're just purchasing a fridge, that would go into core. But because they're using it in this new cooking club, it's good. Let's see. They plan to run a workshop for summer camps. They operate several programs and want to produce high quality videos to increase their communication strategy. Food bank needs to retrofit their facility and purchase a vehicle to meet demand from elderly clients. I have to make sure that the food bank in Durham, the Community Durham Action Group, knows about this because I know they do need a vehicle. Let's see, shelter purchases winter coats. Yep, B3 undertakes feasibility study. Community service organization does seminal research about Black migrants. Let's see, conducts a robust evaluation of their current program. And let's say parents want to explore the creation of a nonprofit organization to support food security for Black elders in the community. So if you're an unincorporated group, then you could use these funds to then say, okay, can we launch a program and actually incorporate and become more sustainable? So the last stream would be the community spaces stream. So this is to support the acquisition, construction, renovation, and maintenance of physical community spaces and gathering places that directly benefit or serve Black communities in Canada. So you might remember the previous ones, you couldn't use it for acquisition, construction, and renovation. So we're going to see when we go through the eligible activities if this is the stream, if you want to do these things, where you should be. So the objective, it aims to achieve the following objectives. So foster a sense of belonging and connectivity, enhance community health and well-being, and support economic and social inclusion. Nice. So yes, you have to be in good standing with CRA, B3. The project must be located within Canada. You should have been, okay. So your organization does need to be operating for a minimum of 3 years prior to the application date. And you do have to produce financial statements for the past 1 year, and they can be audited statements or a notice to reader. Actually, they don't do notice to readers anymore. I think they're called compilation something something. Show us a clear connection to and understanding of the Black communities we serve. Provide evidence of community support for the project, and be able to provide proof of ownership or a long-term lease. So those with bold ideas that advance to the social economic infrastructure that benefit Black communities, you can apply for up to $200,000 to scale programs, services, or commercialization initiatives. The funding is intended to invest in organizations that are indispensable in their sector or community, contribute to a stronger ecosystem, and lay the groundwork for transformational change. Gotcha. So for this one, you can actually acquire property or a facility, so you can use it to help purchase land or an existing building. It can help with the legal fees and closing costs related to the property acquisition. It can do construction and renovation, renovation and expansion. It can help you with the architectural and engineering fees, building permits and related costs, materials and labor for the construction. Let's see, putting together accessibility upgrades, putting equipment in the space, furniture and fixtures, some help with the operational costs, but this does have a limit of 25%. So the utilities and staff costs, insurance for this facility, the project management fees, that is also limited to 10% of the total. So if it's 200,000 you're getting, project management can only be 20,000. And things that are ineligible. So consulting fees related to space planning and community engagement, okay? The capital costs incurred before you get approved. If it's non-fixed equipment, any cost covered by another funding source, and if it's specific to religious and political activities. So here's some examples. So a B3 organization requests funding to advance plans to establish a long-term care home for Black seniors. Let's see, an organization seeks funding to purchase and renovate buildings to create a community space focused on empowering Black youth. Let's see, applies for funding to renovate a long-term lease spaces into a food cooperative to serve as a gathering space. Okay, interesting. Community-based organization applies for funding to advance an affordable housing initiative. Okay. Let's see, a group of women-centered organizations uses the funding to retrofit a center to provide a multidisciplinary integrated model of care for those surviving human trafficking. Let's see, support for migrant and refugees and movement building for justice. Okay. And a nonprofit organization in rural or northern communities will open a shared co-working space for Black entrepreneurs, micro businesses, and self-employed individuals. Okay. So again, if you're able to fit into any of these 3 buckets, I would say if you're doing something with a physical space that you need capital for, the capital, I think it's called capital assistance now. Oh, it's called community spaces stream would be good. If you are doing a new or improving an existing program, the catapult one would be good. If you just need stabilization funds for the organization itself, the core would be the best. So let's see. And they do talk about the selection circles. So people had a chance to join selection circles all across Canada, and those are who are now going to see your application and select. So it's not a standard grant review committee that it's pretty much broader across Canada. But let's see. So they do a midterm check-in and a final report. And then it talks about how to apply. Okay, so here we go. So the application opens October 1st. It closes November 5th. So now it says 12 p.m. Eastern. So noon, 12 p.m. Eastern. So I would use this. I would submit it November 4th. Don't even play, because before we saw it said PST. So you don't want to miss that. So I'd say use noon at Eastern to get it in. It's going to be reviewed between November and January. You will be notified in March, and I would say funds and grants flow in end of March, April, and then you start your project April 1st to that has to end by March 31st, 2027. All right, so let me start to train our AI, and I'll pause there to see if you have any questions. So if you do have ChatGPT, you always want to make sure you train it on things that you are working on. So this application grant, we'll just put all of the grant stuff in
Sorry,
here.
we have one hand up, Ryan.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, yeah, my one question is, so we're a arts organization. We're not nonprofit, we're not registered. It's just a grassroots organization. The grant is coming up. If we did send the application and ask ACBN to support this, how soon would that, like, the grant is coming up soon. I'm just thinking about timeline. Would we be able to talk almost right away, or like would it take like about a week to get to hear back from you folks?
Yeah, the application is pretty quick because once you fill it out, then you're in our database as a person requesting the trusteeship. So you're able to, I mean, we would read through it and just make sure it's not a weird project. And you'd be able to say in your application, ACBN is going to be our trustee. So it's only after you go through and get approved, then you'd have to sign agreement. So you don't, it's pretty quick. Like, yeah, within a week, it's done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And so for those that are sticking with us and following along as we're going to jump into the portal, just making sure our ChatGPT is all trained up. So I'm telling it to learn about this grant from FFBC, and based on what you know about our Detailing Nights Youth Program, create 3 project ideas to submit. Actually, one that I love is our Night Academy. So let me know how that fits. All right, so as it does that, and you are free to go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, so Ryan, you know when you're using ChatGPT to learn about this grant and to help fill out like the pre-page, I'm okay, if I want to use ChatGPT for grants, how am I getting that activated to go and get the grant in to ChatGPT?
Yeah, so when you open it up in this section here where it says to ask anything,
Mm-hmm.
you click the plus button, and this is where you can upload the actual guide for
Uh-huh.
the, and then you should be telling it about your organization as well. So if you have your annual reports or articles or just things about your organ or past grants that you've written, you want to put that in there as well so that it learns a lot about what you do, and then it would read the grant summary, learn about your organization, and then give you ideas for the new grant.
So, okay, so I was trying to figure out, okay, so ChatGPT to get it activated to go? Like, is it online where you go to ChatGPT to get it like going activated kind of thing? That's what, or you just put it in the search engine on Google, ChatGPT, to download it on your phone, the app or whatever.
Yeah, you can get it in the App Store or on the website. I put that chat link.
Oh, okay, cool. I just saw it. Thank you.
Question, Seabirds, you can go ahead. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, good night, everybody. I wanted to ask you, how do I get back to my portrait from 2.2.0? Or to go back to the one I submitted last year? How do I find that back to go
Yeah,
into it?
so you would go back to the portal here. So I'll put it into the chat.
Okay.
And then when you log in with your past credentials,
Yes.
it'll show it here in the programs and it'll show your application. Actually,
Yeah.
a video about it. So it's over here. So hold on, let me make sure that the sound plays. And this will give you a quick overview of how to do that.
Hello, welcome. In this short video, we'll go over the functionality to reuse the data for the previous entered information in the Black Ideas Grant 2.0. When you're applying for the Black Ideas Grant 3.0 in this stream catapult, for example. So you would be able to reuse the data that you've entered in a previous iteration, for instance, the 2.0. And make sure to use the same account that you have used last year during the 2.0. So in this iteration for the Black Ideas 3.0, you would see that there are some questions that have been.
All right, so I'm gonna take this link and put it in the chat for you.
Added some new questions.
So that you're able to watch the rest of the video, but you pretty much just log back in and it'll have your stuff saved.
Okay.
So hold on. I do see a question here.
Okay.
Am I using the free version of ChatGPT? No, I do use the paid version. So, but I think the free one is quite robust now because when they launched GPT-5, pretty much all versions get it. So I wouldn't pay for it. The only thing, if you hit limits with how much you ask it, at a certain point, you hit a limit, but usually you can get a lot done with the free version.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So these are the three ideas it came with: Knighthood Academy, Catapult Stream, and it said the core stream, the Green Mobility Innovation Lab. I don't like that one. And the Mobile Detailing Youth Hub for the community spaces stream. I don't like that one either. All right, so we're gonna use idea one. All right, so we will use idea one. I will ask you the questions from the portal shortly to get your assistance with the answers. All right, so while that is warming up, let's go into the portal. Oh, and so we're gonna go into detailed needs. All right, and so if you don't know how to get to this page, it starts with, oh, where's the link? That is old. Oh, here it is. So this link that I'm going to put into the chat is the SurveyMonkey application portal. So if you click on that, and then when you click on it, which brings you here, you would need to log in or register. So if you haven't done an application with them before, you would need to register. If you have, then you would just log in and you're able to. So actually, if I log in with one of my old ones, let me see if it shows one of the past application. So you see how we did this one before. Let's see what it does. So this is an old one, but how do you use it for a new one? Okay, so you'd have to click apply and you put your organization name. All right. So I think, so when you click on this one, does it show my old answers? Not yet. All right, so if you already have an account, it looks like this, but you have to do an eligibility form first. So let's see what it asks us here. Okay, if you're incorporated, so if you're unincorporated, so you'll see if you're incorporated, you do have to put your business number from CRA. If you're unincorporated, that goes away. If you are unincorporated, do you have an incorporated partner? Yes. And if you have an incorporated partner, they want their corporation certificate. Lord have mercy. So, and their CRA number. Oh my gosh. So if you're going to be using ACBN, you need our business number, which is this number. So just take this number down just in case. And then you need our articles of incorporation too. Sheesh. So I have to set up our application portal so that once you fill it out, you get this information right away so that you're not waiting for it. So to answer your question, Nala, you do need our incorporation documents. And let's see, is your organization Black led? Yes. 2/3 on your board? Yes. Is it within Canada? Yes. Will you propose? Yes. Did you recently get a grant? No. And let's see, if I mark as complete, okay, so you can't complete the eligibility without putting in our documents. Let me see if I can put this in the chat for you right now. Oh my gosh, why do I have to log in? Why can't I attach from my computer? All right. For those that do need a trustee, here is the link to ACBN corporation documents. And actually, I should put this in this folder as well so that you just have it. FFBC 3.0 and corporation. All right, so if you are applying as an unincorporated group, you need ACBN's business number and our chat. Oh, here we go. To get past the eligibility screen. So if you're on this call, it's in the chat, but also fill out our, what is this thing? Our application thing so that we know that you're using it. That'd be helpful. So we don't get calls and wondering who is trying to use us as a trustee. But again, so we need to upload this. Then we should be able to go past. And then now you'll see it has all the different sections. So section 1, if I click it, it's not showing my old answers. So Siebert, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the old answers in here. So I'm gonna rewatch that video. So for those that are starting again, I'll have more information in a bit. But let's see what it looks like if we just start from scratch. So we're in the detail ignites. Oh, sorry, was there a question? Oh, we good. All right, so we are going to be focused on this catapult stream. Oh, sorry, just give me one sec. All right, so if you are going for the core or going for the community space, I apologize. The core one is pretty straightforward. You should be good. The community space seems a bit more involved. So I don't know many organized, like if you're going for this, you should have staff that can help you with this application.
Ryan,
Majority of
sorry to
them.
cut you. It looks like you have a question there.
Yes.
So Ryan, quick question, right? You put the information for partners, ACBN inside the chat, but like, I'm trying to figure, can we press down on it, cut and paste it and put it out into somewhere else for us to do it later on? Because it's like, I'm not doing the application directly when you guys are doing it right now. I'm just like taking the information and maybe do it later. But the information that you gave for partnership with ACBN is actually in the chat. So how you use this after the fact? I just screen captured the information.
Yeah, if you're not doing it right now, then you can just send us a message and we'll get you the information.
Oh, okay.
For those that are following along and want to get past that screen, this is the information that you need. All right, so we're going into catapults. So if you're going into core, things might look a bit different, but I think majority of it does look the same. There's probably less questions in core, but we will click on apply. And then you do need to put in your organization name. So ours is Knighthood. All right, and so we're going to go through the eligibility. So for Knighthood Academy, this is an unincorporated group. So you'll notice it's not detailing knights writing the application. It is Knighthood Academy as an unincorporated group. So we do need an incorporated partner. So if you're a nonprofit, you don't need an incorporated partner, only if you're unincorporated as a group, or if you have like an organization that hasn't incorporated yet, you would need an incorporated partner. So we're going to be clicking on here, an unincorporated nonprofit. If we have a nonprofit partner, yes. So in order to get past the eligibility, you do need a partner, so that you need their CRA business number. They need to give you their incorporation documents. And then your organization needs to be Black led, Black mandated, and Black serving. And I want to say yes, 2/3 of the board and the leadership, located within Canada. It directly serves Black communities. Are you a previously recipients? No, Knighthood Academy has not gotten it. All right, it's gonna hit mark as complete. So eligibility section is done. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections. So we'll give it a run. We'll see how far we get by 8 o'clock. Okay, so organization name, Knighthood Academy. We are unincorporated. Address 350 Ferd Road South. Plaza 2, Unit 104, Mountain, Ontario, LCW 4N6. Website. Actually, we do not have a website. See, the company has a website, but the unincorporated group does not. So just any and any. Geographic location, urban. We don't have a logo. Let's see. Put my information here. Number. Oops. They want these with dashes in it. No specific title, no secondary person. I am the signatory. Same. Same. Okay. We don't have board members. We don't have senior management. Well, maybe we do have one. So I'll say me. You probably need if it's more than 10, okay. Main English, the incorporated partner. All right, so Charmaine, you are my partner person. Let's see, email address. Let's see. Charmaine, oh my gosh, what's your number? I'll just put my number for now. I don't know, Charmaine, if you want your number on the internet. And then she is.
You wanted it or still, or are you leaving yours?
No, I'll leave mine. It's okay. So please choose the organization status. So they are incorporated. The organization name. So again, if you're following along and you need a incorporated nonprofit partner, I'll put the info into the chat so that you can get past this screen so we can continue. Websites, yes. Social media, yes. All right, so if you need these, they are there. We are urban. We've been 5 to 10 years. What do we focus on? So now, is this asking what do I, as the unincorporated group, focus on? Or is this asking what my incorporated partner focuses on? Let's do a mix. Okay, so community, what? Community economic development, yes. Oh, how do I put that in number one? Affordable housing. Okay. Education, yes. All right, let's see if we have all the answers we need. Oh, no thanks. Something is broken. Let's see. They need a logo in here. Okay, so let's give them ACBN's logo. Well, I guess we can give them Detail Ignite's logo. But then that's the company. We'll get them ACBN's logo just to be safe. All right. We need a title here. Executive. Okay, so even if you don't have a secondary person, they want a secondary person. So those were the, oh my gosh. An answer to this question is necessary. Oh, I think I have to, so there's no board. I have to check all of these. Let's see. Okay, didn't give me an error there. Okay. These ones also need to be checked, looks like. If you don't have those. This one is good. My secondary, oh, my contact person at my incorporated partner. That is good. And let's see if we're good. Boom. All right, section 1 complete. Section 2, project overview. Okay, so this is where you want to start putting your answers into your Google Documents, because just in case you need to edit anything. So let's see what our boy comes up with. We have to make sure it's written from the lens of a unincorporated. You see, detailing nights? Nah, you can't talk about that. Okay, so let's try this again. We are writing the application as a non-incorporated group called Knighthood Academy. The application will not come from detailing nights, the company. Work done for youth in the past. All right, thank you, Jacqueline. Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Yes, yes. Okay, so let's see what it comes up with now. Okay, here we go. So we'll put this over here. We'll put it in just so that we can continue. We need a name for the project. Let's see what it comes up with. Not bad. Oops. And again, if you wanted to follow along and see the template that I am working on in real time, it's in this Google Doc here. So you'll know what questions it's going to ask you. Oops. Let's see. Brief description of the project. Let's see how you do. Nugget Academy Youth Painted hands-on experience. Okay, 12-week paid training program. You learn the fundamentals. Okay, 40, not bad. All right. Make sure we didn't go over max 300. Which primary demographic groups? So all that African, Caribbean, yes. Let's see. Okay, so these are check boxes that you should know who you are serving. And then what secondary populations? Okay. What do we focus on? This is existing. Okay, so if your initiative is existing, you can talk about what have been the successes so far. If it's new, it asks you a different question. It says, how do you know this project is needed? Please provide evidence such as community needs assessments, research, statistics, or community testimonials. Okay, so you'll see how the question changes. I don't know if anything else changes, but we want to do existing for now. Then get our answer here. Oh, come on. You supported more than 1,500, 500. It's more like 310 is what I remember last. Okay, not bad. Oh, wait, I'm gonna take this in. Under. Okay, what's the current status of the proposed initiative? We are in expansion mode. What focus areas? Ooh, what focus areas? Let's see what it says. What does it think we can hit? It should be improving economic. Social outcomes too. I'll take that. All right, sustainability, sustainable development goals. Yes. Education. Where's decent work? Yes. And education. Where's education? Quality education. Yes. Social determinants of health. So income, employment, and work conditions. Those ones are good. Please explain why your initiative is needed. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, Black youth face, yep. When you're eager, yep. Project will benefit. Excellent. All right. Let's see what else. How does your proposed initiative fulfill the objectives of the Catapult grant? Be specific. This is why it is so important that ChatGPT knows everything about you, because it will be a better writer, and it saves you from getting stuck with the start, and then you can edit it and really add your flavor to it. But the first draft will always be really good. So let's see. We'll put it here. We're good. Minimums. What specific activities of your proposed initiative will the Catapult grant stream support? Provide detailed information. Okay. It comes up with and help with curriculum development, mentorship and coaching, a digital learning hub, a micro enterprise launch. Wonderful. So we'll put that here. Oh, I should probably put the number. So how are Black, oh, I didn't even put this in, sorry. All right, so we're putting them in right now just so that we can get to the next page, but this is why you want to put them into your Google Doc so that you can look it over, edit it, make sure your team can review so that the questions resonate with what you actually wanted to say, and it's not just fluff. Oops. Whoa, what is happening? Did I refresh my computer? Oh my goodness, I think I refreshed my computer. You see, this is why you put everything into a Google Doc, because you don't know what is going to happen. Okay, that is fine. Let's see, where were we? Oh, I have that already. What happened to our chat? I feel like it got. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, we did this one already. Okay. How are Black communities involved in this initiative? They're central to everything: governance, Black leadership. Will engage Black business owners. Right. So I think this was the last question. Will there be a cost for the Black communities to attend? No. If you say yes. Oh, so if there is going to be a cost, there needs to be a reason why. Otherwise, you can say no. And something is broken. Select only one. Oh, select only one again. So this is focused on youth. And then what's the secondary? Well, going over the word count. Okay, we didn't. All right, we didn't. Good. All right, this section should be good. Section 2, done. Okay, section 3, community impact. Provide evidence of community support. So if you have letters of support, survey results, testimonials, this is where that will go. Number of people that will be impacted. So let's see. What do you think? Okay, so let's put 50. Oops. Indirectly 250. Focused on Southern Ontario. Oh, Eastern? It's odd. We're Southern Ontario. Well, I guess we're Eastern, but we're not really Eastern. Oh, GTA. Okay. Is it in Quebec? No. Okay, so let's see. If you don't have support letters, can you upload anything? No, you need to upload something. Okay. Do we have support letters in our documents? I don't think we do. Oh, maybe I'll upload a Google review. No, that won't work. Hold on. We need a support letter. ACBN needs to do a support letter for us. All right, so we're just gonna put in anything just for now, but we do need to get a support letter, at least one. I'll put my headshot. All right, so in this section, you need to collect some support letters or have testimonials. We'll see section 4. Okay, what are the significant risks? Okay. Put this whole section in here. So now we're on section 4. Let's see what significant risks. Let's see. Oh, consistent participant engagement. Yep, that is always a challenge. Put that in. Okay, what plans do you have to ensure the initiative sustainability after the funding? That's a great question. We're going to be building long-term revenue streams, the micro enterprise revenue, I like that one. The corporate and community partnerships, that's always good. Get rid of these. Anytime it gives its bold. Should probably tell them not to bold sections. So question 2. Oh no. Oh, here's the answer. Oh, here we go. So we'll put it in. All right, last question of section 4. How will you measure the success and impact of your project? Describe your evaluation plan. Okay. All right, so key performance indicators, number of youth enrolled, percentage of graduates, number of mentorship hours, solid evaluation plan, post-program, okay, and advisory oversight. Excellent. So this one's in, so section 4 should be good. All right, so that's done. So now let's see what they're asking in section 5. So project plan and budget. So a lot of times they do ask you to upload a budget, but I don't see that. So they just want you to do the budget right in the platform itself. All right, so let's see. What is the total budget for my project? $45,000. Okay. And how much are you requesting? We're requesting 45,000. All right, details on your budget. Okay. So now let's see what the details are of our budgets. Let's see what it comes up with. What do we need to execute this project? So we need a little bit of staff. We need program materials. We need a bit of rent. We need to do some training, travel and transportation, honorariums, community outreach. Okay. This will probably need to be adjusted now. It's a good start. And then in the actual application, so you're gonna show the budget and then you have to give an expense breakdown. So that's where, let's see. Okay, so you can't have commas in it. And the expense breakdown. Okay. So for program materials, so you do want to give the full budget in this line and then break it down here. I'm not sure how much space it gives you, so I don't think you have to be too crazy detailed, but the more information you can give, the better. Okay, training and meetings. Let's see, that's 5,000. And then travel and transportation, probably wouldn't need that much. Good to have buffer, 2,000 for honorariums. Then our outreach, probably do a bit more outreach than that. Well, for now, it's good. And other, a little bit of equipment, 2,000. And this one's not used. Okay, so provide a budget within the requested fund. So it should be good, yep. So as you're putting in the numbers, it's gonna total it up and it should equal what you said at the top that you put in. And then that section should be good. And let's see, section 6. So supporting documents, this is where you're gonna upload. So they want support letters here as well. So the other section is probably better for testimonials and maybe newspaper articles. They do want you to upload a detailed project plan and a detailed budget, but they don't give you the link to the file that you need to use. So let's see if we can find it in the application guide. Oops. Okay, so in the application guide, it doesn't show a link to where the budget is that you could use. So you might just need to create one yourself. No, I think we had one before. Detailed budgets. Oh, we had this one. But did we also have a project plan? Let's see what's in here. Okay. So if you're doing a detailed budget, I guess we can use this as a template. We'll put it into here. But then the project plan, I don't think we did a project plan. Oh, yes, we did. We did it in the spreadsheet, yes. All right, so this project plan, you definitely need to make sure that it matches what you put in the application. but this is one that you can use as a template. So it does have the budget section and the work plan section, and then you would just need to edit these sections. Any other relevant information. So can you get past this without uploading anything? Yes. So if you don't have these things, it seems like it's optional, but it would be good to include these things. So get some support letters, get a detailed project plan. You could use the template that's in the folder. And if you don't have access to this folder, I will give that to you. I'll put this into the chat. Then we'll go to the last section just to see what it looks like. So by completing this section, the applicant confirms that they have full authorization to apply for this funding on behalf of the applicant organization. So you agree to submit it. The application confirms the information provided is accurate, and information provided may be used to evaluate and enhance effectiveness. And you're good. And if you want to be highlighted in any of their stuff, you can say yes. And then section 7's done. So the main section 6, where you'd have to get additional support letters and then fill out the detailed project plan, is pretty much following the same budget that you would have done on the other section. You can give a little bit more notes here. And then the work plan does take a bit of time because you're looking at within the year, what milestones are you hitting? When is it going to be hit? Like how many participants you can put, the resources you need. This one's a bit, might be more than you need, but because they didn't give us their own template, I would just use this and submit. All right. Boom. Before 8 o'clock, we hit it. So again, do not hit submit. Make sure you're doing all of this work in a document. Oh, in a document. So document. In a Google Doc so that you can always have it in case portal goes down or you want to send it to somebody else to get support with your application. But it's pretty straightforward. I mean, if you put your head down and focus for a couple hours, you can get it done. If you do need help, definitely reach out to organizations like Empowered for X, where they can support you with grant writing. But this one, yeah, it's not overwhelming. It just takes a bit of time to get your answers out of your head and onto paper. And the great thing is, once you get it done once, you have this now saved for any other grants that you do find. I mean, even the Ontario Raised one wasn't this involved. So this will probably be the most involved grant that you'd be doing. All right, so let me stop there and see if there's any lingering questions. You can let me know if I missed anything in the chat, Charmaine. Otherwise, I'll let you enjoy your evening. But here's what's the name of organizations that help in grant writing? Ooh, Jacqueline was on here and she just left. Charmaine, do you have Jacqueline's email? I'll try and find it. And also Empowered.
Yeah, I should have. What was Jacqueline's question again? Let me look.
Yeah, Alex was asking the name of some organizations that help with grant writing. So they are good. There's also Do Good
Oh, I'm going to send the recording also to them.
Funding.
So you can make mention of it, right? Save it in the chat.
Yeah, Charles, I apologize. Our website has been down. Apparently, we got hacked with some malware. So we're fixing that and doing some more security protocols on it. But it should be up soon. But thank you for, yeah, sorry about it being down on you. Do Good Funding is another one. Let me see if I can grab their website. They help with grant writing as well. All right. Yeah, was there any additional questions?
I have one for you, Ryan.
Yes.
In general, where do you go to find these grants? Like, is there something you sign up to get the notifications, or where do you go to get them?
Yeah, being able to be on their newsletter is helpful, but there's another platform that I use that's pretty good called Happily.ai. So this one is trying to be like the all things money for businesses and nonprofits. So I'll put it into the chat. But yeah, typically if I don't get a notice, Happily will have it. So I check here pretty often. But then we also have our own spreadsheet that we use. So if you go to this website, and then there's a video of how to use the spreadsheet. You can put in your info, and then it'll take you to, let's see if this actually works in real time. Yes, it'll take you to our spreadsheet. And so you'll see Happily is in here. There's another one called Hello Pocketed. Actually, is this one still active? I haven't been to them in a while. Okay, so yeah, it says everything you need to get funded. It's pretty good. The Federal Business Benefits Finder is really good. These ones are old, so I should put in the FFBC one right now. But I think it's over here. Oh, maybe not. Yes, it is over here. So now this one we can update. Let's say November 5, 2025. And to get the most up-to-date link. Ooh. Oh, let me just go. Yes. And then video walkthrough. Yeah, they had that video walkthrough here. Oh, but it doesn't show. I'll put our YouTube video there eventually. But yeah, Keisha, we try to keep this spreadsheet up to date.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Seabert, I see your hand up. You can go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. There's about 3 people that is currently getting ready to do this grant. They were asking me how to get to if they want to partner with you, if that is possible. I was listening to you, right, sure. And how do they get if you say yes, how do they get the same people that I got when you fill out with me? You fill out.
Yeah, I'll share with you this link. If you share it with them, then they'd be able to fill out the trustee application form, and that's how they would connect with us.
How do I get to, like, I see the link you just shared, but how do I see it again after I leave this live?
If you copy it and put it into a notepad, that would be one way. If you
I
see,
don't know how to do these things.
well, where does it take you when you click it?
Um, is it good when you send it to my cell phone? Like when you text it, can it do like that? Can I get the link from that when you send it in a regular text message?
But are you looking at it on your phone?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it on my phone when you send it just now.
Yeah. Can you access the chat?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, and in the
Yeah, it's
chat, you should be
there.
able to click it.
Okay. This will be oh yeah, I just see it. So click on it,
Yeah.
and then what happened? Yeah, I see it get up. And
Yes.
then what I do?
You can copy it and then text it to your friend.
Oh, let's squeeze down on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. So now I could send it. Let's click on those three little. Can I download it? Oh no, I see the share button. I see the share.
Right.
I see the share. I'm very, you know, I'm not good at technology, you know.
No, we'll take your time. We'll